Welcome to Lovin The Loveboat, a fond and funny look back on the world's greatest cruise ship-based television show. I'm Istvan, singer, songwriter, and TV fanatic.
And I'm Michelle, pop culture enthusiast.
Join us as we relive episodes of one of the most watched TV series of all time.
Occasionally deviating to pop culture charts unknown.
So come aboard, we're expecting you for another edition of
Lovin The Loveboat.
Loyal listeners, today's the day. I've been talking about this episode since the very beginning. If you are new to the show, count yourself as blessed because you have chosen the crown jewel of all the episodes thus far. Because today, yes, Deacon Dark, a.k.a. Sonny Bono, is on the show.
I know you've been talking about this since we started the podcast, and it's finally happening.
Guys, it's because I have certain memories from childhood, things that I remember in a hazy fashion. And it's like, I remember The Love Boat where Sonny Bono was on, and he was kind of like an Alice Cooper, Gene Simmons character, and that's exactly what he is on this. And you know what? It was different than what I expected, but it absolutely did not let me down. So, Michelle, did you like this episode or didn't you like this episode?
Of course I liked it. They're really ending the season strong.
Yes, they are. And we have some other people back. Most notably, Anderson is back, Michelle.
I have that in my notes.
I was so excited to see Anderson. And then he has a little, like, sort of gentle Southern accent. It's so perfect. He's stolen my heart, quite honestly, Anderson.
Yeah, it's like you didn't ever really remember him when you were a kid. I wonder if he makes it to season 3. But
I don't know.
he was back, and he's comforting.
Yes. All right, so episode 49, let's kick it. Today we have Sounds of Silence, written by Joyce Armour and Judy Neer. Secondly, we have Cyrano de Bricker, written by Howard Albrecht and Saul Weinstein. And finally, we have Murder on the High Seas, written by Margie Peters. Now, Michelle, in addition to Sonny Bono, and please give him a proper introduction, Who else do we have as guests on this episode?
Well, we do, as you had mentioned, there's Sonny Bono, and I have it as Phil Backstrom.
Yeah, I think you're right. I thought it was Baxter, but I think you're correct.
Phil Backstrom, and everybody knows him. Then we have Charlie Callas.
Yeah.
As Vinny DeRisi.
Yes.
He's another one of those people that, like, when you're little, he was on all kinds of shows, but you didn't exactly know who he was.
Well, yeah. I remember him for all his weird mouth sound effects.
That's right, and they didn't even utilize that on The Love Boat. In fact, I thought his role was underutilized.
Well, I thought he did a good job because it reminded me kind of like how Soupy Sales was on in a serious role, and they had this guy on as sort of like a gangster sort of guy. But I think that he was more convincing in this role than my complaints about Soupy Sales from past episodes.
True. Well, then we had the lovely Jill St. John, who played his wife, Mitzi DeRisi.
Who is she? Was she like on a Falcon Crest or something?
She was like an actress. She was on those types of shows. I read she was 4 times married, but most recently, for quite some time, she's been married to Robert Wagner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
She's very pretty.
She's very pretty. We'll get into that when we start discussing. But then returning once again is Artie Johnson.
Yeah, Singapore Sunset Saffron has put the paint cans down and he moved his way into artist management.
Yes, he plays Marty Austin. And then we have Peter Lawford as Teddy Smith. Now, you know Peter Lawford, right?
No.
Oh, he's a British actor, but he more what I know him from is he ran with the Rat Pack.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did. He was like a side member of the Rat Pack.
Why do I not know that? I love Sammy Davis Jr. I love Dean Martin. We both do.
And he was also married to a Kennedy, and his son was on All My Children at one point. I'm getting real deep.
No, I absolutely know his name. It's just like I don't recall. Maybe he looked different to me because he was a little bit older.
He had that long hair, so it kind of like threw you off maybe a little bit. Then I have Dana Wynter as Lillian Smith, and then why don't I have?
Because they didn't say Sheila Lenham.
Yeah, they didn't.
Which is really weird, but that's her name, and she plays who? Sarah.
Yeah. Thank you for the assist, because I just realized in going through my notes that they don't even have her written.
It's a critical part on the show, and it's
quite
weird.
The overlook. Is it because she didn't speak?
Maybe.
You don't get
know.
a credit? You know, like a SAG. Like you have to say a certain amount of lines in order to be like get your SAG card or whatever. So maybe because she didn't speak at all, they couldn't put her in the credits.
I don't know. It was a terrible oversight.
Yeah, it was weird. Thank you for bringing that up. And then I have James Dobson as Anderson the Steward.
Oh, yes. All right, let's get underway. Michelle, this one starts kind of implausibly in a way. Mm-hmm. Because Julie's all concerned about hiring entertainment sight unseen, but the entertainment that she's hired is like this massively popular rock star.
Right.
So it's like, how, as a 20-something, does she not know who this person is? And like, it all came about because of Gopher's sort of like, I think, familial connections.
I hope I'm not doing the wrong thing by hiring this act sight unseen.
Wrong thing? You don't know how lucky you are to get Deacon Dark.
Yeah, but that jazz trio just backed out at the last minute.
Well, it's just a good thing that my uncle's girlfriend is Deacon Dark's agent secretary's roommate.
Gopher, are you sure that this guy's the right act for our passengers?
Oh, wow, Julie. He has 7 gold records. His concerts are always SRO.
Sro?
Standing room only. His name is on more T-shirts than Fruit of the Loom.
Was it necessary for the manager to have him come on in full makeup with the snake?
Irving the snake?
Yeah, that poor ball python.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's how you get popular. You utilize every opportunity to get publicity. So as a good manager, I think he did the right thing. But as far as like caring about the well-being of your
Client?
your artist, yeah, not the right thing to do.
Gopher appreciated it, though.
Yeah, he was all jazzed. But like Artie Johnson makes him come on full regalia with his snake, a la Alice Cooper, and people are freaking out.
All right, everybody, that'll be it. Thanks very, very much for coming, but Deacon Dark is going to take a few days to rest up from his very successful European tour, his 7th gold record, and 2 dynamite weeks in Las Vegas. Oh, don't worry. We will be available for more interviews when we come back into port. Love you all, love you all. Love you.
Artie,
What?
take this snake, will you? Mr. Dark, welcome aboard, sir.
Oh, hello, my darlings. I'm Marty Austin, personal manager and confidant to the despicable Deacon Dark. I believe we have 351 and 353 on the promenade deck.
Yes, sir. Excellent cabins. They are right through these doors and up the stairs.
Love you, love you. Listen, my darling, do you think you could possibly take Irving for a walk, and when you're through, bring him up to our cabin? Goodbye, Irv.
Sure. Gopher, I'm gonna get you for this.
Now, see, this is why, like, as an adult, I like this. Because much like Charo, though, I will say that there's a similarity. He's an entertainer who is at odds with his fame. Mm-hmm. And he does not like that the manager's got him dressed up like this, that he thinks that this is the only way that he can succeed. No, I like the direction that they take this whole thing. And I really love Sonny Bono.
Me too.
I've always loved Sonny Bono. We watched Sonny and Cher as kids religiously. And I always found Sonny Bono really, really likable.
Good songwriter, too.
Yeah, and also an underdog because people didn't think he didn't have a good voice, and I think it was just his kind of desire to succeed that he pushed through. I think he was smart to align himself with Cher, obviously.
Absolutely.
But they were a great partnership, and he is a, I don't know, uniquely charismatic guy. I like him a lot.
Absolutely.
Now, you think Julie would have her hands full simply managing and navigating the whole Deacon Dark situation. But there's more for her to handle because her friend, Sarah, shows up, I think unexpectedly. Mm-hmm. And the biggest element of kind of Sarah and her whole situation is that she is deaf.
Oh, Sarah! Welcome! I've been expecting you. Oh, no, whoa, not so fast.
Oh, wait a minute. When did you learn sign language?
Oh, I used to do some volunteer work at Sarah's school. And all the kids always said that I had 2 left hands.
Well, Julie, why don't you introduce me to your friend? Tell her that the 2 of us could make beautiful music together.
Oh, well, I think you've already done that. You see, Sarah reads lips.
Oh. What'd she say?
Oh, well, she said...
Please, we hardly know each other.
It's cool because you get to see like how Julie knows some sign language
Yeah.
and she's communicating with her friend.
You pride yourself on your signing abilities, don't you?
I wish I could sign language.
Well, doesn't your dad sign?
My dad does. He's a man of many talents. Speaking of many talents, the great Peter Lawford.
Yeah.
His wife show up. This is kind of like the old school, like, misinformation type thing.
Well, they have two on this, actually.
Yeah.
But they do this one really well because it is genuinely funny, in my opinion.
I agree.
That these two writers come on board, and Isaac is engrossed in this murder mystery book, and he starts doing the Three's Company overhear things that lead him to believe that this couple is up to no good.
Now, he's the kind of guy you suspect of murder, but never in a Bosworth mystery. It's never anybody like him. It's always somebody like the grocer or somebody's grandmother or somebody like them.
Oh, Miss McCoy, I wondered if we might have a few words with the captain.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Smith, but the captain's busy on the bridge right now. I'm sure you'll be able to see him up on the Lido deck later, though.
Fine, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Enjoy your cruise.
Thank you.
Teddy,
What?
the Lido deck. Doesn't that sound like the perfect place for a murder?
Might have something.
But wait, there's more surprises on this ship. This time it's Doc's surprise.
Surprises and confusion, because this couple makes no sense to me at all.
Right.
Like, I didn't understand what the deal was. But yeah, Doc sees, I'm assuming this is some of his Vegas relationships.
It'd have to be, because her husband's into, like, gambling and stuff, so...
Yeah, and she seems sort of like a...
Showgirl?
Yeah, kind of something like that. Her name is Mitzi. She comes on board. She sees Doc.
Immediately they kiss on the lips. Constantly they're kissing on the lips throughout this episode.
Notice that.
Yeah.
And then Charlie Callas, a.k.a. Vinny DeRisi, is introduced to Doc.
Oh, Doc, it's so good to see you. Oh,
Mitzi! Oh, how long has it been? Mitzi, what are you doing here?
I'm on my honeymoon.
Honeymoon?
Mitzi, what are you doing, huh? I turned around and paid a KB and you split.
Oh, keep your shorts on. You found me, didn't you? Doc, this is Vinny DeRisi, my husband.
Oh.
Vinny, I want you to meet a very dear friend of mine, Dr. Adam Bricker.
How do you do? Glad to meet you.
Doc and I were very close at one time.
Not close, just sort of close. Actually, distant close.
We're going to stand around here like this all day or what?
We better get unpacked. See you later.
Terrific. Yeah, the three of us.
Michelle, Sonny Bono, a.k.a. Deacon Dark, he's in his cabin, and he is unhappy. Unhappy that his managers got him all dressed up. And, I was thinking about it, too, like knowing what we know about Kiss, right? Mm-hmm. These guys have been doing it for as long as they have. I've seen so many clips about Gene Simmons talking about how they do their own makeup every single time. And I still can't even believe that because it takes a really long time to put that makeup on.
Right.
And he did it every single night, putting that stuff on and then having to take it off. So Sonny's in the room taking off his makeup. And then he finds out that not only did he have to do that, but he is going to be required to perform.
Really sorry I let you talk me into coming on board in this freak outfit.
That freak outfit pays a lot of bills, buddy boy.
Yeah, well, I just want to be Phil Baxter, and I just want to rest for a couple of days.
Right. We can talk business later.
What's this? Appearing tonight in the Acapulco Lounge, special guest star Deacon Dark?
Just a way to defray expenses. It's great publicity.
I'm not doing it.
Oh, yes, you are.
No way, forget it.
Oh, it's a great chance to try out the new stuff.
And we do have a contract.
Okay, I'll sing for my supper, but no snakes, no costume, and no tarantulas.
What are you talking about? That's your act.
Look, man, I don't need all those gimmicks. I'm a singer.
Whoa. Sinatra's a singer. Lou Rawls is a singer. You are an attraction.
I'm a sideshow.
Nobody ever went broke giving the public what it wants.
You know, Marty, this may sound real corny, but there's a few things inside me I'd like to say.
And go to confession. A year and a half ago, you were an aging rock star who couldn't get arrested. Today, you have $500,000 in the bank and you are a star. And who got you there?
You did, Marty.
Then we have nothing to talk about, right?
Yeah, right.
Good. I have to go to a meeting now. Ciao, baby.
Think positive.
Artie Johnson's a little bit mean on this one.
He's great. Well, he is, because he plays just like a cutthroat kind of like no-nonsense manager, pushing, the talent as far as he possibly can, trying to cash in on that.
And then you booked
fame.
like your big rock star in this tiny little cruise lounge.
The only criticism I have of him is that he kept mentioning that they get to like try out some new material with the tarantulas, and there was not one tarantula to be found on this ship.
I gotta think you wouldn't be able to bring a tarantula on a cruise ship.
I don't know. I was bummed out. I was like, is he going to throw tarantulas into the audience? I don't know, but that never materialized, and that's really my only criticism of
Maybe
this entire episode.
That's like a throwback, like tribute to Ozzy and Bats.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that happened. I don't think that had happened at that point.
No.
That was the 80s when Ozzy did the whole bat
That's true.
chomping thing. Yeah. He is relentless, and I think he did a good job as a manager.
I think so, too. Hey, how about that swimsuit Mitzi was wearing?
I got no complaints about that swimsuit at all.
I was like, wow, on like regular TV.
And this is the thing that is completely confounding, is that her boyfriend, husband, whatever he is not interested in her.
No.
And it is inconceivable because she's so attractive.
She's like way out of his league.
Yeah, it's like bizarre because it's the older guy thing. At least it seems like he's significantly older.
Right.
And he is only interested in gambling and stuff. And she is trying to let him know that she would like to spend some quality time together.
Oh, Vinny! I can't believe we're really here. Oh, this is super. It's so romantic.
What are you doing, honey? Cool. There's people around.
We're on our honeymoon.
You can think of it as a honeymoon if you want it, but I gotta tell you something. After living together for 2.5 years, I think of it as a trip.
Are you ashamed of me or something?
What are you talking about?
You never take me anyplace. The only place you ever take me is to the track or some game. And then you treat me like your sister. You won't even kiss me in public.
What about that day at the Coliseum? When the Rams beat Minnesota? I kissed you then.
You also kissed the man in front of us, the peanut vendor, and a little old lady in a Viking hat.
I ate a bundle that day.
Don't we forget about gambling and do some of the things that honeymooners do on a cruise?
Like what?
Like use your imagination. We could take a jacuzzi.
Honey, I took a bath already on the Lakers.
You choose something.
Ladies and gentlemen, the casino is now open. Lady Luck awaits you.
Hey,
Vinny?
this cruise can turn out to be better than I thought. Look,
Vinny?
here's a seat. Go buy yourself something nice. I'll see you later.
Now, guys, straight up, Phil, what is his name?
Backstrom.
A.K.A. Sonny Bono, A.K.A. Deacon Dark. He is in his street clothing, which includes pleated beige pants.
And long sleeves.
Right.
He wore a lot of long sleeves on a cruise to
Right.
Mexico.
Rebelling against his rock star image, other than the open shirt always to show off the chest hair that seemed to lure ladies back in that time. And he bumps into, at the little bar, the little pool bar, Julie's friend Sarah. And I think that this is very sweet. I thought that this relationship was really nice and contrasted against all of like what this character had to deal with and things like that and where he was at with it all. And she is just like this almost like angelic character. They meet for the first time, and Julie kind of helps them communicate with each other.
Hello. Hi.
Nice day.
Yes.
I'm Phil Baxter.
Hello, Phil. I'm Julie McCoy, and this is my friend Sarah.
Oh, I'm very pleased to meet you.
Oh, she says that she's happy to meet you, too.
Oh, how'd that go again?
Say it again.
How'd I do?
That means
I know what that means.
Like you said, it's nice how sweet his character is when he's not Deacon Dark, because he's really trying to communicate with her. He's being really nice to her. And I enjoyed their whole courtship.
Yeah, it was really, really nice. Very, very sweet.
But true to every Love Boat episode, you need like some comedy happening throughout the whole episode. So that is provided by Isaac and his misunderstanding of Peter Lawford and his wife.
Him playing Mr. Roper.
Yes, because he like overhears them discussing murder, and not just murder, but murder of the captain.
But he was great. Isaac was awesome on this by playing that and being way into it.
His facial expressions.
Oh my God, he was awesome through the whole thing. And the three of them like Gopher, Isaac, and Captain Steubing, sort of being like a Three Stooges situation where this all starts to develop. I liked it a lot.
Me
I
too.
thought it was super funny. Yeah, so he overhears these two, who in reality are just trying to like dream up the next premise for the next book that they're writing.
Mm-hmm.
There's no big like super reveal to the audience. It just is to the captain and to the guys. But Isaac, this is the seed, the murderous seed that is planted.
Couldn't we just slash his throat and get on with our vacation?
Thank you, sweetheart. I'm both stiff with slashing throat.
Well, I'm bored with murder.
Billy, how can you say that? Murder's our living. I mean, without it, you wouldn't have that beautiful diamond brooch, or the Rolls Royce, or the estate in the country. Now, come on, let's get on with that captain business quickly. Then you can start your vacation.
All right.
So rather than go and tell the captain, his first inclination is to go and tell Doc for some reason.
Doc's like the big brother.
I guess so. I guess you would run it by him first to see if you're actually crazy or not.
Because he has glasses, it makes him smart and wise.
And he's a doctor.
Yeah.
Doc!
Isaac, what's the matter? You look like you've seen a ghost.
We'll be seeing the captain's ghost if I don't warn him. They're planning to kill him.
What? Who?
The Smiths. They want to murder the captain.
Oh, come on.
Man, listen. They were talking about slash throats. It's their business.
Isaac, slash throats are my business, along with scraped knees and fever on the brain.
Sonny Bono as Phil Backstrom is headed to the captain's table to eat for dinner. And Gopher's like, hey, this is reserved for Deacon Dark. And then he reveals his secret to a disappointed Gopher that he is Deacon Dark. I appreciate where like Gopher was super like going into like all the lyrics of his songs. Did you catch any of that?
Yeah, I liked it. I liked that whole thing.
I like these step on toads.
Was it toads?
Yeah, I thought it was toads.
Oh, I thought he said toes. No, maybe it's right. Step on toads. I don't know.
Oh, I thought it was toads. Toads would be kind of weird.
The whole thing is weird. But yeah, he's at dinner in his normal, regular civilian, look. And this precedes a pretty major part of the cruise.
I wonder what the captain's gonna do when Deacon Dark shows up at his table.
Don't worry. Get along fine.
I just hope he doesn't wear a snake.
Hi, Gopher. Hi, Julie.
Hi, Phil.
Oh, excuse me.
Phil?
Yeah.
Phil.
Yes.
This seat is reserved for Deacon Dark. Sorry.
I'm afraid that's me.
Really?
Yep.
Oh! Captain, this is Deacon Dark. The Deacon Dark.
Well, how do you do, Mr.
How
Dark?
are you? Nice to meet you.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with your music.
Well, most of my music is kind of obscure.
Are you kidding me? Screaming voodoo devil boogie woman? Step on toads? I have all the Deacon's albums.
I used to collect Teresa Brewer albums.
Why?
Guys, it's time. The thing I've been waiting for 2 seasons. It's Sonny Bono as Deacon Dark, his big performance. Can you imagine? It's like right after the Charo disco performance, you go into Deacon Dark. I mean, I would give Julie a raise, quite honestly, after this. But also, a weird thing that I noticed was like...
The backup band?
Oh, God, yeah, absolutely. But also, like, the drummer, he has, like, which I did as a kid when I first started. I started as a drummer, and... you'd always utilize your kick drum head, the outside head, as an opportunity to decorate it in some way.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Oh, as a kid, I drew like an entire spider web on mine. And then I had like a stuffed animal spider that was on the front. And as you kick the kick drum, it would kind of move. But like he had his name on the kick drum, Deacon Dark. And the thing that I noticed that was weird, and I don't know if this is intentional, accidental, or just some weird coincidence, but the font of Deacon Dark, the dark part is the exact font that the Darkness uses, the rock band The Darkness.
Oh, no, I didn't even notice any of that because I was trying to make out what the drummer's T-shirt said.
No, I noticed that it said his name on there, and it is the exact same sort of like calligraphy cursive font
Oh, now I have to
that
go
the
back.
darkness uses almost identically in a way,
Well, I
which
have
is
to go back
really
and look.
weird. And I wondered if they watched like Love Boat. It's like, let's use the Deacon Docks.
Maybe.
I don't know. I just thought that was really strange. But yes, Artie Johnson gives him a killer intro, and then Deacon Dark comes out with flames.
That seems like a hazard in that small lounge
absolutely.
of the Love Boat.
like some curtain's gonna catch fire.
Or just the band. Like, the band was all crammed on that tiny stage.
Yes.
And then, like, Sonny Bono is dressed in this, like, crazy jumpsuit costume, and they're in, like, jeans and T-shirts with, like real basic Kiss makeup.
Oh, my God.
It's so weird.
And he does the number, Smash It.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Acapulco Lounge. I'm here to introduce a superstar. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is. The demented, the dangerous, the disgusting Deacon Dark! Smash it! Smash it! Hit it with a hammer and trash it! Bash it! Smash it! Hit it with a hammer and trash it! You say you want to see the world. I say smash it! Smash it! You say you want to see my love. I say smash it! Smash it! You know you never say what you mean.
Now, see, I wonder who wrote this song. Is it Dwayne El Tatro, as I mentioned long ago, the person responsible for all the great music on The Love Boat? And I am not kidding. I'm not being sarcastic. I absolutely 100% mean that.
Or did Sonny Bono write it?
Yeah, did
'Cause
he
he's
write
a songwriter.
it? Oh my gosh, I have no idea. But you know what else it made me happy about? Isaac likes music. He just loves
He
music.
does.
He loves all music. He's getting totally into it. He just loves music. He doesn't discriminate against anything.
No, he was so happy and so enjoying it.
He was totally rocking out to the Deacon Dark performance, and it was a good performance the way he broke the guitar at the end and then did that collapse on stage. It was so
Very
good.
tiring doing one song on a lounge, in a lounge on a cruise ship.
Oh my God, it was awesome. I loved it so much.
And the weird reactions from, like, every person in the crowd was clapping at a different beat.
Yes. Yes. It was disorienting in a wonderful
It
way.
really was. It was very confusing.
But it was killer, and Sonny Bono did such a great job as like this rock star. I thought he did an awesome job, and it was super, super fun. And again, another reason why Love Boat is great, because to do this and have this on TV is just like, and to me, is just like totally enjoyable.
And timely, because the week before they had some Star Wars references, and then this time they had this,
Yeah.
like, 70s, rock.
Yeah.
I have to ask, though, did it live up to your 8-year-old you standards?
It totally did, because it's just so over the top and weird, and the whole smash it. And it's like the songs, when people would do that stuff, they're like approximating like what rock music is, and they usually are like way, way off, like they're super off and it's terrible. And this is a little in that, sort of like whatever you want to call it, realm. But I think they still did a pretty good job with all of that. Even with like the weird Gopher tune when they were in the rock band.
I was just going to say, it's like glam rock central, this thing. It's like everything we liked as a kid, like with Gophers, Flash, like Dream,
No, it was
rock
fun.
scene.
I loved it. So we were mentioning, Michelle, and we have said before, the Love Boat, it does utilize a lot of cliches.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is yet another one. It is the Cyrano de Bergerac thing. That was everywhere
It
again
was.
when we were kids, and was used up until recent times. I mean, it's still used kind of in a lot of ways.
I know, I mostly always think of the Brady Bunch episode.
Oh God, there's a Seinfeld one that's hilarious with Kramer and Newman. It was used always in every single show. But again, they did this one okay. It's just this plot line with this Mitzi and her husband is just weird.
It is.
Because I don't know why she was liking him so much, because he was really preoccupied with like gambling and stuff like that. And it didn't seem like he was much of a partner at all.
No.
That you would be concerned or disappointed that he wasn't around. But then again, you just don't know what people are into, and who am I to say? But she does finally get fed up with him, not having fun, not paying attention. I mean, he really isn't doing anything that you could be doing on this cruise that would be awesome.
Wasn't it supposed to be their honeymoon or something?
Something like, yeah, I think it was. And he just was completely dropping the ball constantly, and she finally has had her fill.
Sorry I'm late, honey. I got hung up on the table side. What are you doing?
Leaving you.
Leaving me? What, are you going to swim home to your mother?
Very funny, Vinny, but I'm going.
What are you talking about? You never cut out on me before.
I'm tired of being taken for granted. I want some affection, intimacy. Things you obviously won't give me.
Where are you going?
To Doc's.
Isaac finally does what I've been asking him to do and confronts the captain about his theories, his murder theories.
Yeah, but you see why he didn't run to the captain first and foremost, because he and Gopher laugh at him.
It's true.
For thinking that someone is out to kill him.
But then Isaac had overheard them talking about various ways they were going to do it. One of them was with sugar cubes.
Isaac, I want to thank you for your concern, but why would the Smiths want to murder me?
Because, frankly, sir, I think he's been working too hard. I haven't been working hard at all. Oh, well, what I mean, sir, is they're going to bump you off with poisoned sugar cubes.
No, Isaac, this whole idea is ludicrous.
He's reading too many mysteries. Sir, I wish you'd take this thing seriously.
Take what seriously?
The killing.
Mr. Washington, I want to thank you again.
But, sir, I am positive.
Isaac, I haven't an enemy in the world. Enter.
Good evening, Captain Sterling.
Evening, boy.
He just needs a little bit of shore leave, sir. Good morning. Good evening.
Yeah, sugar cubes. That was the key.
Mm-hmm. Your Stuart Anderson shows up later.
Oh, yeah.
He's bringing the captain tea that he didn't ask for.
Yeah, that was a little odd, though. And they never really...
addressed as to who ordered the tea for him.
Yeah, Anderson just shows up. We can keep our eye on Anderson, maybe, I think. Because he does show up with a little late-night tea for the captain that he did not order. But the captain, who would turn away a little nice tea,
Not me.
And he doesn't. And he's... I love this part, though.
Me too.
He starts to stir the tea, about to take a sip, and then he is full on into the book. What was it called? Something Eden? What was it? Yeah, the book is like Murder in Eden.
Oh, I was going to say it's Murder in Eden. You're totally right.
And he starts reading. And normally what they say for another thing that I love, which is some sort of heartbreaking letter that someone has written, you hear the reverbed out captain voice reading one of the passages from the book. And it starts to turn and change his mind.
Jensen knew he was dying. He laughed bitterly as he realized the irony of his last words to Mildred. Don't worry, darling. No one wants to kill me. I haven't an enemy in the world.
Now this I love, Michelle, because this is when Captain Merrill Steubing turns incredibly funny because he's earnest but comedically earnest, and I think he does it almost better than anybody ever, where he starts feeling that his life is in danger now. And then he, Isaac, and Gopher are all on the same page, invested in the idea that there are people out to get him, and that I just think is hysterically funny.
I agree.
I love it so much.
His paranoia is hilarious.
Yeah, it is.
Did you find this confusing that after Sonny Bono performed and went to talk to Sarah, I didn't understand. Why he got so upset with her, I guess.
I don't know. I couldn't tell either. They were on Love Bow during the day, which maybe that's what it was. When you get on Love Bow during the day, for people who don't know, there's a part of the ship where people normally who are in some sort of romantic situation or there's any heavy conversation to be had, they end up on this part of the ship. And he went to talk to her after the performance, and I think he was trying to gauge what she thought of it all. And I don't know what he was thinking or what she was trying to communicate, but it got all muddled up, and he was completely upset and kind of walks off in a huff.
Yeah.
What'd you think? Really bizarre, huh? I mean, those people just love those gimmicks. You didn't like it, did you? Look, I know I'm not the world's greatest singer. I just give the people what they want, that's all. Who am I to fight with success, right? Oh, forget about it. I mean, you don't have to be able to speak for me to know what you're thinking. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm sorry I disappointed you. Good night.
Well, the only thing I could think of is he was upset because there was no reaction from her. But then again, she's deaf, so...
Yeah, what would he expect, really?
Yeah. How would he... I mean, later it's revealed how she listens to music, but...
And you may have wanted to give her a little forewarning before the big, rock performance.
Yeah.
It's a bit much to throw at somebody who doesn't know that that's what you do.
Yeah, I mean, the flames, the makeup, the jumpsuit.
I think she was pissed off because there were no tarantulas, just like me. And it's just like she was expecting that, and it was a big letdown.
Maybe
so it's just
so.
like you should have hurled the tarantulas into the audience or bit the tiny heads off of tarantulas.
Oh my God.
No, you should never. You should never do that. Guys.
Never.
So at this point, Michelle, the captain, is full on the same paranoia level that Isaac is at. So much so that he has, he's enlisted Gopher basically now, and they're all getting together to figure out what to do next. And the captain has gone so far as to compile a list
of people that qualify to kill him. Not want to kill him, qualify. I wish you would have read off some of the names on that list.
Well, who would there to be? I guess there could be.
Could be anybody.
Yeah, people that he had fired, and I'm sure Gopher's on that list because he's fired him a million times already.
Stuart Anderson? Who knows?
Why are you saying Stuart Anderson?
He's the steward. That's what they call him.
Making me think his first name is Stuart.
No. Do you think you could compile a list of people who would qualify to murder you?
Yes. There's every person that I know, basically. And it's all wrong, I'm really wonderful.
Would I be on that list?
Yes, you're number 2. I hate that you're sitting behind me right now. It scares me every single time.
Would you like some tea with sugar cubes?
Yeah, no. Doc oftentimes, really does go above and beyond. And this episode absolutely is, because this Vinny guy has been strong-arming him, threatening him basically. And when Mitzi ran to his room, he lost his own cabin privileges and ends up having to stay in their room for the night on a couch.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. And, that would be enough to wash your hands of the whole deal. But Doc doesn't. He goes even further to try and help this ungrateful pseudo-mobster.
Doc, are you asleep?
Vinny, it's big hands on the 12, little hands on the 3. 3? Oh, Vinny!
Doc, we gotta talk. If I lose Mitzi, I'll go crazy.
Vinny, I told you what to do.
See, I know tenderness, gentleness, romantic stuff. I can't talk like that.
Vinny, it's easy. Compliment her on her eyes, her hair, whatever you happen to be looking at. Good night.
Yeah, that's it. Your skin. It's so white. It's so smooth. Like a brand new cue ball.
You've convinced me. You need help. You're lucky I make house calls.
Michelle, has weird fake human horse racing taken the top slot of what you would do over shuffleboard on a cruise?
No, because I was trying so hard to figure out how that was even working.
Me neither. I didn't know.
Or how that was a something you bet on.
Right.
And it was people.
What in the hell are we talking about?
It was there were people on the cruise ship
at the pool
with horses, cut out horses on sticks. And they were kind of racing each other around the pool, and Gopher was kind of calling it.
And then Vinny, being a Gamblers Anonymous, he's obsessed with gambling.
So he's betting on one of the horses to win.
And even after the coaching of Doc, he completely blows it with Mitzi.
Doc said you wanted to see me.
Oh, yeah, it was kind of lonely without you last night.
I'll bet.
Mitzi, I'm just trying to be nice to you.
And they're off. And the first number is a four. There goes Queen Hornatuck to an early lead. Followed by Day's Beauty, Blue Moon, Purple Passion, Land Rover, and Kyle Silver. Rolling again.
So, what do you want to say?
Now there's
Well,
neck and neck. Purple Passion leading.
It's your neck.
Here comes the
How about it?
Kyle Spade Enter the stretch.
It stretches.
Over.
No, wait.
Nose to nose.
Your nose.
Coming up on the outside.
It's on the outside.
Purple passion. It's purple passion. And the winner is purple passion of
Thought it was funny how the captain kind of turned and decided to just confront the couple head on.
Yeah, that he wasn't going to die like a spineless jellyfish.
No, he's going to be a man about it.
But see, that's what's so awesome, because the way that he's, bravely taking on this non-threat, that to me still to this day is absolutely enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Isaac with weird sunglasses on trying to hide. And then Gopher also, Gopher's always funny. So it's like the three of them in that situation is, I think, awesome.
I thought so too.
I feel ridiculous having a bodyguard.
Would you rather feel dead?
Sounds like Isaac's been sampling his own work, sir.
Now, wait a minute. This entire thing has gotten out of hand.
Millie, it's imperative that we find a way to finish off the captain tonight.
You're right. We've already received a contract for the next one.
It must be the busy time of the year. And don't forget, we've got that convention in Boston next month. Oh, my God. They have group rates. What are you doing?
I am going to confront the killers.
Sir, don't confront killers. You could get hurt.
I am not going to my death like a spineless jellyfish. Once they know I'm onto them, the tables will be turned in my favor. Excuse me.
Captain.
I know why you are here and what you are up to.
Oh, good. Perhaps you'll be kind enough to cooperate, because we're having the devil of a time.
Captain, don't tell anyone, because we're on a very tight schedule, and we don't want to attract a crowd.
And we'll just hang around until we get the job done.
Sonny Bono is going to make another attempt to make things right with Sarah. He presents to her some lyrics of a song he's written.
Yeah, and that goes wrong too.
I mean, I think we kind of figure out later why it goes wrong.
I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
Well, because then we go to she takes him to the area where the piano is and asks him to play it for her.
Mm-hmm.
So he sings it.
His ballad.
His ballad called, was it Sarah Smiles?
No,
or is that Hall & Oates?
I just think it's Sarah. I don't know.
Or is it Sarah by Jefferson Starship?
I have no idea.
A lot of Sarah songs out there. Now I'm getting confused.
Well, either way, Sarah has been a muse to many, many rock stars. This is no different. And she does. She pulls out the lyrics from her purse that seems to only contain the lyrics. It didn't seem like anything else was in that purse. And he, leads him to the piano, and he lays out a lovely, lovely song.
The little devil. You can feel the music with your hands. Never saw the rainbow, only saw the rain. Everything was wrong and nothing right.
So this is what I'm thinking.
Yes.
She has her hand on the piano.
Yeah.
The whole confusion maybe for all of this is that she couldn't hear the song when he was singing as Deacon Dark. She couldn't hear it. So by her putting her hands on the piano, she can feel the remember he's like, you could feel the vibrations.
Mm-hmm.
So she could feel the vibrations. So for the first time, she can actually hear him perform.
That doesn't make sense.
Of course it makes sense.
Well, the Deacon Dark is like louder, so you could hear the beat and feel the beat of the music, and
But
the piano's more subtle, and it's
But
like
she has her hand on the actual piano. Where would she go to feel the beat? She'd have to go like on the speakers or something then. Like she's saying that she has to physically touch like whatever to get the vibrations of the song.
Yes.
So she's already memorized the lyrics, I'm sure. So then he's playing the song.
Well, yeah, she
for
said
her.
that she loved him, like that she was in love with him. No, I didn't understand the confusion at all because he was sweet from the get-go, and it just seemed like she's beyond sweet, and it's just like I didn't know where any of the conflict was.
Maybe he
with
just
this.
didn't get the reaction he was hoping from her, and she couldn't give a reaction because she couldn't hear it. So maybe that's where the
I
confusion
think that's
lays.
it. That's probably it because he's like in this sort of like crossroads thing of his career and his life and all that stuff, and that's probably the case. But that's why this was really a cool storyline because they gave the payoff of him being in full costume and doing like a rock number, which is fun. But then, this sort of relationship was very, very sweet. Basically, I think their relationship resolved in a really nice way. Now, we're not getting off this cruise without the actual Cyrano de Bergerac situation.
True.
And they devised it in kind of a cool way where she's mad and Vinny is like, she won't open the door because she's going to be mad at me, so you can be on the other side. But we do actually get to see Bernie Capel do an impression. And it wasn't terrible.
It was not.
Mitzi, I don't know why I wasted all my time on them foolish games of chance when I could have been playing the best game in town, the game of love. With you.
Oh, Vinny, that's beautiful.
Yeah, ain't it?
But you sound different.
That's because I'm all choked up with emotion. Yeah, like the Dodgers choked the third game of the World Series.
Now you sound like the old Vinny.
I may sound like the old Vinny, but believe me, this is the new Vinny. A new Vinny who wants a new relationship. A new relationship full of intimacy and full of affection. Yeah, and public kissing.
Vinny, I love you.
Yeah, like you said, I thought he did a great job.
But it still made no sense because this Vinny guy is tactless. He isn't romantic.
No.
And if that's what this woman is craving, she is barking up the wrong tree. Again, she's so pretty, and he's just a goofball-looking dude.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to keep it up once they get off the cruise ship.
I don't know, because none of it made any kind of sense.
He just liked gambling more than he liked her.
Yeah, there are some dudes like that. That's what they're into. They like to be at the bar. They like to be where the ponies are running or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what this guy was. But, thanks to Doc and the magic of the ship, these two goofballs get back together.
Speaking of goofballs.
Yes.
We can go back to the murder plot.
Yeah.
I did appreciate how they had Gopher dress up as the captain.
Yeah, I guess. There's really funny, like, physical humor where he comes out, like, looking completely insane, and the outfit's, like, way bigger. But
he has the
way he
hair.
walked, the hair, I don't know where they got the hair from exactly, or they dyed his hair quickly, but the way that he was walking when he finally got into the swing of it made me laugh really hard. Maybe I'll grab that for the Instagram, because that was really funny.
It was funny.
But yeah, I don't know what he was doing though, because he was basically putting his life at risk. If he thinks that they're going to kill the captain, it doesn't make much sense. He was sacrificing himself.
Well, I think it was like kind of like a trap.
Yeah.
So then maybe the captain and Isaac were more capable of capturing the couple. So a much shorter than the captain Gopher is going to dress up as him as a decoy.
Yeah, but then while he does that, the captain kind of figures out what's going on. But Gopher is completely unaware.
Sir, please sit down. It's out of our hands now.
I'm worried about Mr. Smith.
Our
Mr. Smith.
Do you mind if I read the last 3 pages while we're waiting?
Isaac, at a time like this. The Smiths are Evelyn Bosworth.
Huh?
They write these mysteries. Oh, they're not trying to kill me. I bet they're plotting their next book. It probably takes place on a cruise ship.
Now, all along, Michelle, the writers, I don't even know if we really touched on this. Their dilemma was, I think they were getting away from everything so they could brainstorm their new book.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just bumping into cliche after cliche, and they were having a hard time figuring out what they were going to do for their next story. But they finally, figure it out, and they come out to the pool at night, which I think is wonderful. You're on a cruise, you figure out your next book, you're going to make some millions, and then they are going to celebrate with a bottle of champagne. And Gopher wanders out. And this part also made me laugh very, very much. Because why?
The couple opens their bottle of champagne and hilarity ensues.
Well, Teddy, I have to hand it to you.
What's that?
As usual, you've come up with a perfect way to do the dirty deed. Congratulations.
Oh, stop it, pretty face. You make me blush.
Come on, open the champagne. It's a
I'm doing my
celebration.
best. You know how good I am at this. Hey, oh, happening? You all right?
Oh,
What is it?
I regret that I have but one life to give for my captain. Sir! Sir! I'm sorry about the blood on your uniform, sir. Just have it cleaned and take the money out of my last check.
There is no blood.
No blood?
No blood.
There has to be blood. They shot me.
With Blanc de Blanc.
59.
So this part was hilarious because, like, again, I think Fred Grandy's amazing. And
Yes.
the way that he ran back and had the hat fall forward, I mean, all that stuff is not easy to pull
No.
off, you know, and do that in just sort of like a natural way. And again, I think from when we heard about when Peter Isaacson mentioned, which I loved, getting kind of that behind the scenes, that I don't think they shot a lot of times. I don't think they were doing like tons of takes, you know what I mean? We're going to get coverage here, coverage there. I think they basically kind of shot it maybe once or twice. I don't know. But if that is in fact the case, then him hitting that stuff is crazy.
It was, and I appreciate the captain comes in. He's like, "Am I bleeding?" Is there
No,
blood?"
he apologized about the blood because he said, I have one life to give for my captain, which honestly was very sweet because he really was. He gave up his life for the captain. But in reality, it was just the sound of the cork going off. And that, to me, that is like...
Classic.
Oh, it's the best. It was really fun, really funny. And the way that they wrapped all that up, I thought was awesome. And then there was one other really nice twist, I thought, Michelle. You know, Artie Johnson was still being like the heavy kind of a manager and not believing any of what Sonny Bono was saying as far as this song or this or that. But he gets a chance to play it one last time and did kind of the payoff like on this episode where you see another side of him. And the entire audience loved it.
Yes, they did.
And then he realized that there is a future, maybe a better future in a way, because you can write songs and age gracefully.
Like Jerry Vale, who the captain brought up.
And that also was really nice because this woman, he's found love with her, but she's also his inspiration and has led him not only to happiness in his life, but happiness in his career as well. And I thought that was really cool.
I thought it was a great storyline.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome.
Oddly enough, Mitzi and Vinny seem to have made amends and are back in love again somehow as they leave the ship together.
Yeah.
But not before there's one more kiss on the lips between
I swear I did
Mitzi
not.
and Doc.
Between Charlie Callas and Doc.
No, they're just doing a lot of lip kissing for people that are just friends.
Yeah,
That's
I didn't notice that at all. But yeah, these guys take off and they have Doc to thank for their whole relationship.
Thanks, Doc.
Oh, wasn't anything.
It was something. And every year on our anniversary, you'll be getting a bottle of champagne.
In that case, I hope you have lots of them.
Thanks, Doc.
Michelle,
Yes.
I hated to say goodbye to Sonny Bono.
I know.
But I was so happy that he was happy and that now he was, you know, as a songwriter myself, I completely, it was wonderful.
It was.
Because now he's getting to do the thing that he really wanted to do. And he has this woman in his life. But Artie Johnson, ever the manager.
Always looking for an angle.
Yeah, he's still gonna do what he's gonna do.
Hurry up, the press is waiting outside. I wish you had a tie and a jacket. You know, we have a new image to maintain. You should look more like, Jerry Vale.
Don't worry about it. Why don't you go take care of the press, okay?
Okay, kid. Okay, good.
He'll never change.
Finally, the writers are leaving the ship. They inform everybody they have finished the book.
Yes.
And they want to know how it ends. And they're like, you'll have to buy the book. And don't they say that it's called Murder on the High Seas?
Yes, it is.
Plot twist.
Oh, Mr. Smith.
Captain.
Yes, I finished your novel last night. Your detective is amazing.
Well, he doesn't work alone.
No, he had help.
just as we did in our latest endeavor.
And last night, it finally all came together.
That's why we were celebrating with champagne.
Oh. Well, tell me, what sort of death did you choose for this fictitious captain?
Captain, what fun would it be if you knew the outcome ahead of time?
No, Lillian's right, Captain. It's better that you wait and see. But rest assured, it's grisly.
Guys, what did you think? I don't think anyone had the kind of expectations that I did.
Do you feel like it's like the build up and it's finally happened and now it's over? Are you a little sad that it's over? Or
No, I think it was great because, like, you know, I didn't know what to expect. It's like I said, just a vague memory, you know, things like that stand out in my head. I mean, like, I remember the Paul Lynde Halloween special from when we were kids,
Right.
and like Kiss is on there, and it's like, God. And then we've watched that in the recent past. Like, oh my God, we were just talking about this the other day. The
Right.
woman who played Pinky Tuscadero's on, and like how weird it was that these are the characters when we were kids that gained notoriety and popularity, and how bizarre a '70s childhood was,
Yes,
in
it
in a
was.
wonderful way, like in a crazy, over the top. I don't know.
magical way.
Yeah. So it's just like, this was great all these years later because it did do the weird payoff. But then at the same time, the way that they took this, I thought was really sweet and wonderful. I liked
thought
it.
so too.
I liked it a lot.
No, I'm going to give it 10 portholes.
Oh, wow. I give it 10 tarantulas. And I give it 1 Anderson.
Aw.
No, that's good. That's all
Yeah.
you need is 1 Anderson.
It's true.
So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one as much as we did. We are 1 show away from the end of season 2 because we are going on Pluto rules, I believe now.
As Istvan said, we have 1 more episode of season 2 left. And we very much love doing this podcast, but we're kind of at a little bit of a crossroads right now.
And actually, this is based on you making the suggestion. I was going to save this for its own specific episode in the new year. But we did do a second GoFundMe campaign, and I take full responsibility. I may have been premature, but after the initial launch, we had an incredibly wonderful and generous donation. And then after that, you know, we did do 2 shows. It's a full month, and we really didn't have anything else. And I took that as a sign. And maybe I should have been a little more clear, but that's the whole thing that I'm conflicted about, is like, I want the show just to be like a reflection of The Love Boat in a way, of just like entertaining, kind of an escape. So I don't really feel comfortable asking and all of those things. I thought we would just put it up, make it fun like we did the first time. And it just felt like it wasn't heading in that direction. So then this is where I may have been premature, that I shut down the ability to take donations because I didn't want to feel worse about the decision that I was making, which I think the next show is going to be our last show. And it's not what I want to do, obviously. I love making the show. But I hate to belabor, this is what I don't want to do too, is like, it takes a lot of time to make the show, and that's my own fault. You know, I don't know how to do it differently. I don't know how to grab the clips and add the other things to the stuff that I love. When Michelle talks about the guests and things that are related to it, it's a total joy, but it really does take a lot of time. And I won't go into the exact number of hours that it takes to make each episode. And I really do need to focus my attention on my concerts. I'm trying to make 2 records for the new year and all of that stuff. Now, this is not where I wanted to be with this, obviously. Michelle?
I think you summed it up pretty good. I mean, it is a labor of love. It does take you a lot of time. I see how long you sit down here and work on it.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's like if I were a retiree or independently wealthy, that would be a whole different story, but that is not the case. And that's why I have to make a tough decision. So again, I don't know if I was too soon in doing it. Maybe we should have been asking every single show for donations and things like that. It is what people normally do, but I didn't want to be like begging on every show and have that influence it. Doing this on this show is not what I kind of wanted to do, but maybe it is the best approach, because I don't want to just maybe then surprise everybody that we're going to shut the show down.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? Who knows? I mean, I will leave the door open. You were saying that maybe
Absolutely.
this is not the right thing, but like, you know, crazier things have happened. Michelle and I might look and see if there's a way for me to like not have to take as much time to make a show. Everything is set up the way that I want it to be, though. Like, I love the way that the show is. I do believe the GoFundMe is the way to go about stuff, because then you don't have to deal with commercials and having that, interrupt a show or chase after advertisers. I don't want to lock people into a subscription model because I don't want to be a part of another subscription model. I do feel that like the GoFundMe and do it, again, Michelle would reference the Jerry Lewis telethon and make that fun, I thought was the right way to go. Honestly, if anyone has any thoughts or feelings on things, if Adam Curry is listening and can help us find a way to monetize the show and make that allow us to still keep doing what we were doing, I would love to hear that kind of feedback. And I just want to thank everybody for being with us for 2 seasons. We do have one more show to go. And I just want to thank everybody for listening, for contributing. Again, everything went the way that I wanted it to go. People sending us emails, sending us photos, enjoying the show. It's just, I have to figure something out. And, Frasier's back on TV. Maybe we'll figure out some way to do it. And
perhaps we'll set sail again.
Yeah, bring the show back. And I didn't want to have to give this news in one of the episodes, especially the Sonny Bono episode. But I think it is a good thing to tell everybody like kind of how we're feeling and why we're doing what we're doing and that we don't want to. It wasn't where I thought we were going to be right now. But, we will be here for one more episode for the end of season 2. Yeah, we'll see. I hope it is. I hope it's a good one. And we hope to see you guys there. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, you guys. But until then, I am Istvan.
I'm Michelle.
Captain Stubing, please come to the bridge.
And we are
Lovin The Loveboat.